Welcome to the 2022 Indiana Age Group Short Course Championships here at the Indiana University Natatorium in downtown Indianapolis. We've got fans in the stands. We've got fast swimmers in the pool. My broadcast partner tonight is Gina Ferrix. Gina, you've broadcast some of our age group meets, the Mid-States Championships with me back in January. This is an exciting time in swimming. When you were age groups, or when you were swimming in your championship meets, how did you prepare for this time of the year?
Man, I'm just being so excited. So young, going to a huge pool like this. It just gets you excited. This environment, there's nothing like it. So definitely exciting time. I think we're going to see some fast swims tonight. I'm excited to watch these boys in this 200 IM here.
200 IM, 50 butterfly, 50 backstroke, 50 breaststroke, 50 freestyle. We'll watch these young swimmers and see what type of skills they have developed during this time preparing throughout the short course season. In lane number 2, we are actually in the North Pool. I hope you're on the right broadcast. We run simultaneous broadcasts with the North and the South pools here in Indiana Swimming, covering all the competition that we can. We will do the same tomorrow morning during prelims, and then one broadcast for the 10 and under session and one broadcast for the Saturday and Sunday night finals. So we're excited. The color is just amazing. I always get a kick out of how the energy brings it, but how the athletes dress up for this competition. We're at the scoreboard end. Lane number 2, Micah Rodenizer from Summit City Aquatics. Brecken Luckett from Fort Wayne is in lane 3. Jackson Ruckman from Crown Point Swim Club in 4. Liam Chop from Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in 5. And Trevor Smith from Franklin Regional Swim Team in 6. This is a time final format, so any swimmer of the 3 heats can place in the top 8 or win the event. Nice underwater dolphin kicking there for 10 and unders, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, man. Starting out strong here in Heat 1. Got one 9-year-old, lane 4.
Top of our screen, that if you're watching home, that is lane 2 at the top of your screen. That is Michael Rodenizer. He is first at the 50 from Summit City Aquatics. Don't have to be great at 4 strokes in the 200 IM, but you got to have good transitions and good turns. And take a look at how the bottom of your screen, Trevor Smith just jumped off that transition wall. Really working his legs here on the backstroke. So this is one of the tougher transitions, the backstroke to breaststroke. Changing muscle groups from long axis stroke to short axis. Tight race. Trevor Smith. His touchpad didn't shut off, so we will kind of talk you through it if you're watching at home. Trevor Smith's at the bottom of your screen right now, leading in the breaststroke leg, but coming on strong is Liam Chop from Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Let's see who wins the battle of the underwater pullouts. Gina, you're also a coach.
Oh, yeah.
What do you tell those young swimmers, those college swimmers, about what to focus on that 200 IM?
I think this breaststroke is pretty important. It can make or break a 200 for sure. Those turns, got to make sure those are quick. That last 50 freestyle, you got to bring it home. The legs can't die. You got to save up the legs a little bit. This last 50, pretty close. These 3 lanes, we'll see if you can bring it home for freestyle.
Liam Chop had a 48-1-1 on that breaststroke split, pulled him into the lead. Trevor Smith at the bottom of your screen from Franklin Regional, not giving up though. It's a dead heat off the wall. It's just amazing how much energy they have. I know. Look at these guys fighting it out. And it looks like Trevor Smith is going to set the standard. I don't know what that means. He's got D's up there. I don't know if that means he's disqualified, but we can't tell you at this point in time. We'll check the final results on Meet Mobile. Liam Chop has a 2:46.08 at this point in time. That is the fastest time swum so far, because we don't have a time for Trevor. Time to beat 2:46.08. Heat 2 in the water, Felix Calhoun from Valparaiso Swim Club. Sharon Kulkarni from Club Olympia Swim Team in 2. Eric Kozuek, Duneland Swim Club in 3. Hudson Wilhelm, Tri-West Swim Club in 4. Blake Hadley, Carmel Swim Club in 5. Jason Yang, Boilermaker Aquatics in 6. Asher Allen from Pike in 7. Austin Young from Fort Wayne Swim Team. We have 4 9-year-olds in this heat. First to the wall. Looks like we got a bad pad out there.
Yeah.
Looks like it may be lane number 5. Lane number 8. Outside smoke at the bottom of your screen. You can see that in your picture. Austin Young from Fort. And Blake Hadley. Looks like in lane number 5. Your leaders at the halfway point. But as we saw in the last heat, breaststrokers may start to make a move here.
Those transition turns can really save you some time, or they can really slow you down. It's
Eric Kazuzik from Duneland. No, it's Hudson Wilhelm, I guess. Well, the way that touchpad's flip-flopping back and forth, it was Kazuzik had the best breaststroke or backstroke split in that particular leg. Doesn't always who's leading that has the best split. We're calling the fastest swimmer in the pool at that time just so you can see who's starting to make a move. Outside smoke at the top of your screen. That's Felix Calhoun from Valpo, the 9-year-old making a run. Blake Hadley, your leader, 49.22 on the breaststroke split. Top of our screen, Felix Calhoun from Valpo, the 9-year-old, in second. You were talking about legs. We're right here. Take a look at the bottom of your screen. Austin Young's got some strong legs here. Looks like he may challenge for that second spot. There's some big lanes out there at the IU Natatorium. You can see them taking advantage of them. Yeah, a bunch of water out there. Calhoun, no. Looks like Blake Hadley with a 240.59. That's the fastest time to beat. So Blake Hadley in lane number 5 from Carmel sets the standard, 240.59 with 1 heat to go. Heat 3 on the blocks. Hunter Signs from Highland Hurricanes in 1. Reginald Burton III from Irish in 2. Edward Enoch from Carmel Swim Club in 3. Brady Ladine, Carmel Swim Club in 4. Tony Makavanarani in lane number 5. Bryce Connor, Noblesville Swim Club in 6. Lane Canvin in Indiana Star Swim Club, and Ian Mendoza, Duneland in 8. Who's our leader at the the butterfly leg? Brady Ladine. Ladine, Carmel Swim Club in 4. Always our apologies to the folks back home. We don't get a pronunciation right. We'll work on it all weekend. How about those dolphin kicks off the wall?
Yeah.
Lane number 4. Ladine just powered the legs off the wall. Does he have a backstroke? Look how strong those legs are. Kicking a lot of white water there.
Not taking too many strokes, but he looks pretty powerful.
Back to breast transition. Long pull out there.
Yep. Some really long strokes. Looks good.
I don't know. Keep an eye at the top of our screen there. Lane 1, 2, 3. Edward Enoch starting to run. He's got the tempo going, but so do a lot of other boys in the field. Time to beat 240.59. Brady Ladine from Carmel Swim Club, the 10-year-old with a lead. Looks like Enoch pulling into second. 45-1-3 for Ledine on that breaststroke split, but 44-4-4 for Enoch on the breaststroke. He had the fastest breaststroke split there and moved into second. You never count out anybody lanes 1 through 8. You just, for a scoring position in a time final, you're racing everybody in the 2 heats before you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you place in this heat.
It's kind of the advantage to go in last. You can see everyone that goes, what their times are before you.
2:26.07 for Brady Ledine from the Carmel Swim Club. Unofficially, that it would be your winner of the 10 and under boys 200 IM. All right, 11-12 boys 200 IM up next. Meet record 158.82. Indiana Association record the same, set by Carter Lancaster in 2019. Zone cut, AAA cut to get to the 14 and under Central Zone Championships is 217.29. Heat 1 of 4, Lucas Hanowick from Irish in 3, Patrick Collins from Summit City in 4, Cam Lastly, Capital Aquatics in 5, and Easton Zhao, Indiana Swim Club in 6.
Looks like some strong butterfly from all 4 of them. Starting out strong.
So as we go through these 10 and under, 11, 12, and 13, 14 boys heats, kind of watch the differences in the development of their skills, how many kicks off the walls. Gina, what do you teach your swimmers as far as number of kicks or style of kicks? What do you emphasize?
Man, I mean, it really varies by person. Some people can just hold their breath longer than others and can do maybe 2 or 3 more dolphins than, your average dolphin kicker. But you just got to be careful to not take too many dolphin kicks off that, first 50 or 100, that last 50 you can't finish with your legs. Breaststroke, those pullouts are super important as well. Backstroke, snapping a few dolphin kicks off the wall. Staying underwater a little bit, but not enough to, kill your lungs and kill those legs.
Your leader at the off the butterfly leg was Easton Zhao from Indiana Swim Club. He is still your leader going into the breaststroke to freestyle transition. Zhao splits at 45-25, 44-6-1 for Cam Lastly. Had a great breaststroke split there. Setting the standard here in Heat 1, looks like it's going to be Easton Zhao. One of the things I found out from age group to elite is athletes have to be comfortable underwater. And it's almost like you have to, feel yourself as one being underwater as much as you are on top of the water.
Definitely.
Easton Zhao, 31.29, nicest closing speed there, 2:22.62. He sets the time to beat. That's 6.2? Yep. Heat 2 up, 2 of 4. Bryce Lowe from Carmel Swim Club in 1. Lucas Stefan from Franklin Regional in 2. Carter Zirin from Mount Vernon in 3. Nicholas Luban, Boilermaker Aquatics in 4. Josh Lawrence, Southeastern Swim Club in 5. Nathan Sackett, Summit City in 6. Gabriel Wang, Carmel Swim Club in 7. And Luis Sanchez Gonzalez, Decatur Township Aquatics in 8. What do you see different from the 10 and unders to the 11-12s?
I think these 11-12 boys are swimming a lot bigger. That has to do with their size. Obviously, they're bigger than the 9 and 10-year-olds, or the 10 and unders, sorry. So they're swimming bigger, maybe longer strokes, a little more kick, maybe a little more control with their heads. That just comes obviously with practice and development. So
pretty impressed with their backstroke counts. You don't see a lot of missed counts right now. from the backstroke flags into the wall and out.
Yeah, that's something super important to practice when you're not familiar with a pool that you're going to is those backstroke turns, whether it's back to breast or backstroke to another backstroke. Making sure you know how many strokes there are to the wall because those flags can vary slightly from pool to pool, but they're looking pretty good out there.
Gabriel Wang from Carmel had the lead from the back to breast transition, but coming on strong right at the top of is Nathan Sackett from Summit City. What a pullout for Sackett.
Yeah.
You see how he's streamlined underwater.
Wow.
So dolphin kicking isn't the only underwater racing.
Yeah.
The breaststroke underwater pulls, as you mentioned, is just as important considering breaststroke.
And the streamline, just your streamline,
Let's take a look at the top of our screen. May have missed a great swim there. Bryce Lowe, Carmel Swim Club, top of your screen. He split a 41.44. Sackett was 40.97. Making a run. Bryce Lowe at the top of your screen.
Going to be a close second heat.
Lowe. Nobody sees him out there. They're racing each other down the bottom of the screen. Boy, is he having a great last 50 here as Lowe. Hits the wall first, 2:19.21. Just off the central zone qualifying time. That AAA time is 2:17.29. Bryce Lowe with the time to beat, 2:19.21. Heat 3, Isaac Bouchon, Fort Wayne Swim Team. Austin Carlisle, Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in 2. Gareth Thomas, Carmel Swim Club in 3. Quentin Upshaw, Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in 4. Jack Street, Carmel Swim Club in 5. Bryce Salvadori, Southeastern Swim Club in 6. Shane Kelly, Brownsburg Swim Club in 7. Landon Gillespie, Laporte Community Turbo Swim Team. It's time to beat 2:19.21. Beautiful leadoff 50 there. And that is Quentin Upshaw. Man, did he look strong on the fly. You were talking about how many strokes to take. Well, he was taking the least amount of strokes per 50 in that 50 butterfly leg.
Yeah, not going out too hard on that 50 fly.
Look at the underwater work he's got. Both he and lane number 3.
Mm-hmm.
That is Gareth Thomas. Great underwater racing there off their turn walls on the backstroke. Most athletes at this age are doing open turns, not the back to breast rollover turns, getting a big breath. That breaststroke leg. Boy, I'm seeing that breaststroke kick in there. Jack Street from Carmel Swim Club starting to make a move here as well. Right now it's Gareth Thomas and Quentin Upshaw. Lanes 3 and 4. It's like Gareth Thomas making just a little bit of a move there. Time to beat 2:19.21. This is heat 3 of 4. Man, do we have a race? Got a match race going on here.
Wow. Leading the pack.
Yeah, never counted out. You see some athletes leading the field, but there's some great swims going on behind for 34th. Lane number 2, Austin Carlisle having a nice closing 50 there, as well as lane number 5, Jack Street. Gareth Thomas looks like he's going to take this heat. He's got a time of 2:14.94. Fastest time to beat so far. That is a AAA time, a zone cut, so is Quentin Upshaw's time as well. One more heat to go. Heat 4 of 4, 11-12 boys, 200 IM. Lane 1, Austin Bruford, Carmel Swim Club. Lane 2, Joshua Pendleton, Club Olympia. Lane 3, Cameron Mazdai, Center Grove. Lane 4, James Hench, Fort Wayne. In 4, lane 5, Grant Weir, Jasper Aquatics. Lane 6, Preston Lamp, Newburgh Sea Creatures. Joshua Salitsky, Irish Aquatics in 7. Sorry about that. And Charlie Christensen, Irish Aquatics in 8. First to the wall, Cameron Mazdai. Tempo increasing a little bit in this last heat. Remember, this is a timed final, so athletes are coming in seated at their best time. So most of the top seeds are in this heat. But after watching Gareth Thomas set the standard at 2:14, he may challenge for some spots there as well. Leading at the 100 is Grant Weir. Grant's from Jasper Aquatics. And he's still looking powerful. Good distance per kick there. But also at the top, right above him there, looks like James Hinch from Fort Wayne. Lane number 4 with the white cap on. We'll see what kind of legs they have after the breaststroke.
Yep.
Hinch, 37.25 on the breaststroke split. And boys, he just got a nice distance per stroke going, but not giving up at the bottom of the screen just below him. Grant Weir from Jasper still coming on strong. Quite a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Look at it across the pool. Got some great racing going on. Time to beat 2:14.94. Wow. 2:09.27. Beautiful swim there. $13, $14 boys, 400 IM coming up. Gina, this was your event, right?
No. Not really.
Heat 1 of 5. Aiden Weber from Lake Central Barracudas in 3. Rocco Tazik from Boilermaker Aquatics in 4. Ethan Johnson, Carmel Swim Club in 5. And Ian Wargo, UTSC Typhoons in 6. Meet record 3:54.67 set in 2021 by Carter Lancaster. Zone time, AAA quad time, AAA time 4:28.29. Strategies in 400 IM.
You know, again, gotta save those legs. First 100 fly, gotta take it out smooth. Can't be too tired of that first 100. You know, the backstroke really will tire out your legs. All those underwaters and that consistent kick. You know, halfway, kind of gotta turn gears, you know, go from a long axis stroke, that backstroke, to a breaststroke, which is short axis. This backstroke, you can see the different tempos. Lane 3 has a pretty high tempo. Lane 5, you know, nice and smooth. We'll see if lane 3 can hold this high tempo. You know, that's something hard to hold, but maybe that's what he's practiced and gonna apply in this 400 IM.
You know, most coaches' race strategies, you know, build that first 50 and then attack the second 50 of each individual 100.
Right, yeah.
So there's a lot of coaches work on race plans in the 400 IM. It's not just go out there and race. Because you're changing muscle groups and you have different transitions that you're working on, coaches actually talk them through that, and they break up those races, those legs, into first and second 50s.
Yeah, you gotta pace yourself a little bit more than that 200 IM for sure.
Not throughout the season, 400 IM isn't offered quite often in many invitationals, so some of these kids may have big swim in them just because they haven't swum them very often or frequent. Your leader is still Hayden Weber of Lake Central Barracudas. Split a 33 on that breaststroke leg or backstroke leg there, so he was still bringing it. Huge advantage on breaststroke. If you are you make that turn from breaststroke to freestyle, everybody else is still swimming breaststroke. You're swimming a faster stroke. Well, we'll keep an eye on this time here from Hayden Weber. See if this is something that challenges for top 8 across the board. Well, he's doing a great job for racing out there without anybody next to him. You can see those eyes just really focused forward. Or are they focused on the officials, Gene?
Yeah, maybe. Got to touch with 2 hands. Maybe that's what he's thinking. That official's right over him.
That's not nerve-wracking or anything, is it? It's like a nice breaststroke leg coming in there. Lane number 4. Vako Tajic. Starting to make a move on the 2nd and 3rd place swimmers right now. Hayden Weber still hanging strong. Nice split there, 41-42. He's going to set the time to beat. Keep an eye on the bottom of your screen there. That's Ian Wargo. Nice smooth freestyle here at the end of his 400 IM. Hayden Weber. Some of these guys are coming in. Hayden's coming in with a long course time, so you can see that he has not had the opportunity to swim it in short course yards. Last time he swam it was this summer. There's no doubt he had a swim inside him that he wants to bring out tonight. Boy, do we have a battle for second here in lanes 4, 5, and 6. Popped out of the water there. Looks like lane number 5, Ethan Johnson from Carmel. And your winner setting the standard of this heat, setting the standard at 4:32.64, is Hayden Weber. Heat 2 on the blocks. Boys 13-14, 400 IM. Lane 1, Noah Moeller from Carmel Swim Club. Carter Trippier, Crown Point Swim Club in 2. Emmanuel Jackson, Greenwood Gators in 3. Will Chambly, Westfield Aquatics in 4. Bataro Nagai, Carmel Swim Club in 5. Luke Feller, Carmel Swim Club in 6. Benjamin Lopez, Summit City in 7. And Charlie Lang, Summit City in lane 8. Looks like a little bit more of a controlled field here on that first 50. Nice long strokes. Good long kick sequence. Their patterns were strong off that wall. Beautiful stroke down here at the bottom of your screen in lane number 7. That's Benjamin Lopez. Look how soft he is. You don't see any splash out front.
Yeah, you also see almost all of them breathing every stroke, which in a normal 100 fly as a race, you wouldn't normally breathe every stroke, but as of right now, they're trying to get as much oxygen as they can for that next 300 for this 400 IM.
Your leader is now Emmanuel Jackson from Greenwood Gators. At least that's what's on the scoreboard. It didn't look that way on a touch, but sometimes you do get a soft touch. You know, I call that the Michael Phelps effect. You know, the people kept asking, why does Michael Phelps breathe every stroke?
Yeah, that's very true.
Because he kicked 15 meters off every wall.
Yeah.
Okay, nice trade-off there. If you can do that, it's a great trade-off.
Right.
I mean, you swam in D1 and you coach in college. You know, it's a whole different ball game when you're racing short course yards as men or women now instead of boys and girls, right?
Definitely, definitely. Those underwaters can be a huge advantage in college and above. There's some swimmers out there that are way faster underwater than they are above water, so they take advantage of that and stay underwater as much as they can.
Swimmers find their niche, whatever they can do to have an edge over the next swimmer. All right, halfway point, bottom of your screen, Charlie Lang from Summit City. You look sometimes, you look for your swimmer down there and they're blocked a little bit by coaches, but bottom of your screen, that's Charlie Lang from Summit City. This is a pretty competitive field here. Starting to break away on those pullouts. Lane number 5, Pitaro Nagai from Carmel Swim Club. Lane number 4, Will Shambly from Westfield Aquatics. Will seems to be taking the least amount of strokes in the pool right now. Beautiful pullout. Way past those yellow hash marks.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Lane number 6. That is Luke Feller coming on strong here in the breaststroke leg. Challenging for second. We're going to look for that closing speed here in about 10 meters. Will Shambly, 38.07 from Westfield Aquatics. Right now he's breathing to his right side, so he sees his closest competition. Do you watch the athletes next to you when you're racing? Or even underwater?
Sometimes, but I think the best advice that I've ever gotten and that I continue to give now is just you got to swim your own race. You know, maybe that last 25 you're racing that person next to you, but overall you got to swim your own race. Especially when it comes to these championship meets.
Fastest swimmer in the pool is Luke Feller right now. Lane number 6, 31.41 on that split. He's coming. Will Shambly sees him on that leg.
Oh, last 25.
Oh, nice dolphin kicks by both of them. Underwater racing skills. Shambly going to get the touch. He does. 4:32.27. Time from Heat 1, Hayden Weber's time of 4:32.64, still in second. But Will Shambly has the fast time to beat so far. Heat 3 of 5. Alexander Rise from Franklin Regional Swim Team in 1. Everett Loney, Summit City in 2. Riley Sweeney, Carmel Swim Club in 3. Carter Hadley, Carmel Swim Club in 4. Anthony Cornock, Boilermaker Aquatics in 5. Daniel Jones, Summit City in 6. Camden Stutzman, Concord in 7. Jackson Pyle, Summit City in 8. This is Heat 3 of 5. Time final event, 13-14 boys, 200 IM here at the 2022 Age Group Short Course Championships, the IU Natatorium in Indianapolis. Fans in the stands. Something we haven't been able to do for almost 2 to 3 years now, right?
I was going to say the deck is busy. The stands are busy. I think people are definitely happy to be back here. It looks like some grandparents are here. Obviously, a lot of parents are here. I think they're excited to be in person and not just watching, on that live stream link this year. So
what? They don't want to watch us?
Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
Carter Hadley in 4 with a 58.87 leadoff split there on the 100 fly. And lane number 4 for Carmel Swim Club. Well, for all you people who are listening, a big hello for all of you that are listening from across the United States and abroad. Sometimes we find out that people are listening to us from many different countries. So best of luck to your favorite swimmer in the pool. Right now, Carmel Hadley seems to really have control over the front half of his race. Lane number 3, Riley Sweeney from Carmel. It's very controlled as well. Look at Riley's distance per stroke on backstroke. It kind of shows you mentioned earlier about, knowing those stroke counts.
Right, into the wall.
Yeah, you can see that just a little bit of doubt. Some of the athletes that were going into that backstroke turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be a little intimidating for sure.
No, I give all the credit in the world to backstrokers who start backwards, turn backwards, and finish. For all you folks out there that think that's the norm, they're awesome. All right, Hadley still out front. This is heat 3 of 5. You watch Hadley, if you can see at home, he took that dolphin kick, then he took his pullout. Athletes don't have to take it at the end of that breaststroke pullout. They can take it at the beginning. It is legal. Hadley may widen his lead. The way he's swimming his breaststroke leg here, again, he's going to be swimming freestyle before the closest competition ever touched the wall. Hadley at 39.54, but let's take a look. Top of our screen, Alexander Rise, 37 on that split, that breaststroke split, and he is moving himself into second place. 400 IM, you got a lot of time to make up ground, but you also have to stay close to your competition. Fastest swimmer in your pool right now may be at the top of your screen. Hadley finishing strong here on the end of his breaststroke leg. But here comes Alexander Rise from Franklin. And he splits 37.70. Looks like the fastest split in the pool. See what kind of closing speed they have. But you look at Hadley, how he widened his lead. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and swimming straight in the IU natatorium 9-foot lanes is huge. Don't get into your practice habits when you race.
Yeah, definitely that circle swimming can add up some time.
Who wants to swim a 405-yard?
Not me, not me.
Coach is a little excited here. We always thought we'd get some Fitbits on our coaches and just see who has the most steps during a meet.
Oh, man.
Carter Hadley coming on strong. At the top of our screen is Alexander Rise from Franklin. Their coaches are on him. Wow. Time to beat 4:32.27. 4:23.35. That's the time to beat by Carter Hadley, the 14-year-old from Carmel Swim Club. All right, heat 4 on the blocks now from, remember, we got simultaneous pools starting at the other end, a north and a south pool, so there's a slight delay there. They were letting the girls' heat start from the opposite end so the boys wouldn't hear the horn at their end. Here we go, heat 4 of 5. Ivan Blostiv from Concord Swim Club in 1, Liam Hayward, Noblesville Swim Club in 2, George Callis, Fishers in 3, Jack Kaiser, Carmel Swim Club in 4. Drew Dubois, Carmel Swim Club in 5. Lee Balcom in 6 from Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Todd Huntley, Club Olympia in 7. Trent Allen, Riviera Swim Team in 8. Fastest seas. Remember, this is a time final event. So as we get into the last 2 heats, you will see the top seeds. Doesn't mean the fastest swimmers, because maybe it's been a while since they've swum these 400 IMs. As we saw from Hayden Weber over there in heat 1, lane 3, who just really popped their early swim. Fastest time on the way out, George Callis from Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. This takes it out in a 57.93. Lane number 6 starting to make a move. Lee Balcom from Fishers Area Swimming Tigers as well. And again, if you're watching at home, sometimes don't always watch the time at the end. Watch how your athletes race. They have some great underwater sequences that they're in great stroke mechanics. Watch that. Sometimes they circle swim. Sometimes you're seeing athletes go from the right-hand side to the left-hand side of the lane line. That is a practice habit, sometimes just ingrained in themselves. And, the natatorium is a good place to line up a beam, right? Lane number 6, Lee Balcom from Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, navigating his way. He hit the wall first, but the clock didn't shut off. Again, he reached back, maybe he touched the top of the touchpad. You ever had a touchpad not shut off when you hit it?
Yeah, it's can be frustrating when looking at those results for sure. If you're looking at your times, what you went for that 100 backstroke, you don't know. Might not know. It's a lot closer heat than the first three.
Jack Kaiser in 4 started to make a move on the breaststroke leg. So is lane number 3. That's George Callis from Fishers. Kaiser from Carmel is your leader.
It's also interesting. These 13, 14-year-olds, they, might be going into high school soon, and that's usually when swimmers maybe get introduced to weights and weightlifting. So a lot of these swimmers, I'm sure, have not started that weightlifting process yet. Maybe they do a little bit of tri-land, but this is a big time for development, skill development. A lot of boys grow very tall around age 13, 14. So this is probably right before they'll start building a lot of muscle once they do that high school swimming.
Jack Kaiser, Carmel Swim Club, your leader, 36.75 on that breaststroke split. He's taking control of the field there, but look at the challenge for second place in this race. Lane number 3 is Callis. Lane number 5, Dubois. Lane number 6, Balcom. It's all racing head to head. You referenced some of these 14-year-olds may be in high school, and we're going to see some high school swimmers here in the next heat. A year of training in high school does make a difference in age group, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Wow, look at this racing, and for second place in this heat, top of our screen in lanes 1 and 2, tight battle going on as well. That's battling for 5th place in the heat. All right, here we go. Kaiser, 4, 21, 24, 34, 421, 34. And that is the time to beat. So far, one more heat left for the 13-14 boys. Lane number 1 in heat 5, Misha Makavarani, Club Olympia in 1. A.J. Adams, Fishers in 2. David Kovacs, Indiana Swim Club in 3. Ji-Hoon Young, Southeastern Swim Club in 4. Brian Kine, Carmel Swim Club in 5. Logan Pozwinski, Summit City in 6. Ethan Zhang, Carmel Swim Club in 7. Luke Pugh, Carmel Swim Club in 8. Heat 5 of the boys up. Lane number 3, David Kovacs from Indiana Swim Club. Swam in the boys' high school state championship meet. A tremendous job for a freshman. Look at that soft landing zone out front. Almost no splash out front. Nothing going up. Everything nice and relaxed across top of the water right underneath him. Ji-Hoon Young from Southeastern. 2 swimmers both in that high school state meet. Going to have an awards break after this heat. Kovacs hits the wall at 54.00. Ji-Hoon Young right behind him at 54.40. Again, association meet and association record 354.67 set back in 2021 by Lancaster. Kovacs looking strong into his backstroke turn. Just look how loose his shoulders are. Easy rotation, nice clean catch out front. Don't see a lot of splash on his hands. 4 or 5 dolphin kicks off each wall.
Looks nice and controlled. Fast heat, though. Very fast heat.
29:47. Great split by Kovacs. The only swimmer under 30 seconds. He's going to be challenging that low 4 minutes, depending on what he splits on this breaststroke. Jihun Young from Southeastern making a move on the breaststroke. Breaststroke split for Kovacs, 35.27. Young, 34.57. Picked up a little ground there. Bottom of our screen, lane number 6 having a great swim. That's Pozwinski from Summit City. Looking pretty strong here. Starting to challenge for second and third in this heat. Kovacs showing his determination to win this heat. It's the wall, 36.05. Jihun Young coming on strong for Southeastern, but may run out of pool.
Oh, man.
Kovacs came in at a 4.18. Young came in at a 4.13. Both of them are way under it. Young is a racer. Look at him come on. He's not giving up.
Chasing him down for sure.
28.83 for Young. He's hanging strong.
Yes.
I don't know if Kovacs is going to give it up, but here comes Young. Two great swims here. They're going to be low 4 minutes, both of them. Wow. Fastest
Awesome.
time, 4:03.70. David Kovacs.
Congratulations, ladies. They will be having an orders. 11 of 12, 2 of 9. Then we'll have one person take this 14. 409, stipulations, top basic, and the team will list. Ready now, any more presentation and turn your voice to high. Any place medium starts up, make an enemy. Southern place, who promised of that, make that enemy.
That's what it sound or not.
A 6-point spell out of things, exiles. New place, another special fall, nice general. Or place when I was in the US. Original, third place in Columbia, something like the area. Second place in Congressman at Marina. 2002 became so first champion continued voice to your end. It comes with the Levi and the 26. And Super. Over versus so girls too. And those people take care of person. Some of them, some of the Generation Association, moving their time. Six ways to promise to them and their powers. In place from public discontent, not the best. Workplace, you can go so far, out of the mountain. Their place called Christian Generation Tigers, every year out. Second place in Purpose Football, and a good. And 2002, the NH turns to first champion, 12 versus 2 man, who Purpose Football, so big man, who comes to the watching. See the name? And with the presentation at 11:12, it's 2 from the hour. Very in place. These boys, something like this was done. Seventh place, University of Research the rest of the night. Sixth place, in Global Research Team, Joshua Littleton. Fifth place, in Purchasing Club, Austin Hubert. Fourth place, in Purchasing Club, Garrett Thomas. Finishing third for Central Rock, Karen Scott. Seventh place, which is for broadcast, Frank Beard. 2002, we can have that. Patriot short course champion, and 11-12 hours 2 and 16 James in a time of 1:27. I sort of looking worse and worse. Yes. So when I should work rate. Interesting. So let's see what I see here. So listen, I'm actually work rate, maybe getting out of the way of the month. Maybe I'm days. All I'm thinking is doesn't do it again. It's about the girls and boys. 2 freestyle.
Welcome back after that awards break. We're now into the boys 10 and under 200 freestyle heat number 1. Again, we're running dual courses tonight. Girls are swimming in the South Pool. Boys are in the North Pool. Heat 1 off the blocks for the boys 10 and under 200 freestyle. Rory Donahue from Duneland in 3. Micah Rodenizer, Summit City in 4. And Ben Powell, Vincent's swim team in 5. This is the 200 freestyle heat 1 of 4 at the 2022 Age Group Championships, Short Course Championships here in Indianapolis, Indiana at the NAT. Meet record 204.97 set back in 2015 by Jason Severs. Just saw him in the high school meet, I believe. Indiana Association record is also the same, 204.97. Zone cut, AAA time standard to race at the 14 and under zone championships is a 216.89. Going up on the halfway point, tight race across the board for the 10 and under boys. Here with my broadcast partner, Gina Ferrix. Gina, what's strategy for the swim? How to swim the 200 free?
Oh, there's so many different strategies. I think my strategy changed from when I was 10 and under, definitely, to when, I was a teenager and then to college. But I think the best strategy is swimming it as a 75, 50, 75. So that first 75, you got to control that first 75. Middle 50, kind of build. Last 75, put it all on the line and see what you can do. Right now for 10 and under, man, it's been a while since I've been a 10 and under swimmer. I don't even remember what my strategy was then.
Ben Powell, your leader at the 150 with a split of 38.81. Fastest swimmer in the pool is Ben. We call fastest swimmer in the pool. It's not always who's leading, but Ben is leading right now. And see how he really took a nice, easy build into that front half of this race. Got a little bit of legs left here at the end. Comes in with a seed time of 2:31.45, and he's going to beat that. Successes across the board age group state is beating those seed times coming in at 2:29.41 for Ben. He sets the mark to beat in these 4 heats. Beat 2:04 for the boys. In lane 2, Felix Calhoun, Valpo. In lane 3, Eric Kozuzek, Dunlin. In 3, Asher Allen, Pike Township. In 4, Trevor Smith, Franklin Regional. In 5, Landon Williams, Elkhart United. In 6, Luke Brames, Riviera Swim Team. In 7. Boy, this heat's pretty strategic here. They're all going out together. Makes for fun racing. 200 freestyle, one of the toughest events across the board. These young swimmers on Friday night, you can tell they're well-rounded and really trained well. 200 IM, 200 free. This is what really builds the foundation so they can swim a lot of events when they get to high school and beyond.
Yeah, 200 free has definitely turned more into a sprint now. It's gotten so fast.
It's always, sometimes making the Olympic team is making the Olympic team on a relay.
Definitely, yeah.
And the hundreds and 200s, particularly the 200, is the way to get to the Olympic Games. Your leader at the 100, Landon Williams from Elkhart United. All right, you talked about the back half, building into that, see what they could do on that middle 50. Well, right now, lane number 5, starting to make a move is Trevor Smith, kind of following that race strategy we're talking about.
Yeah, the underwaters definitely aren't as important in a 200 freestyle as they are maybe in other strokes, but those turns are still super important. In and out of those walls as quick as you can.
What makes a good turn? What are the techniques of a good turn?
You got to have a tight ball, tight somersault. That's important at this age, even doing mid-pool turns without a wall and just flipping those feet over as fast as you can. That good feet placement on the wall, you see a lot of younger swimmers, maybe they're too close to the wall, and they're all scrunched up, or they are too far away from the wall and they miss that wall. So it's really important.
Trevor Smith touches first, 2:19.74. Splits a 34.87. Nice closing speed for Trevor. And that's 2:19.74 is now the new time to beat. Some great racing going on in Heat 2. Now Heat 3. Remember, this is a timed final event. Tyler Johnson from Carmel in 1. Alden Thomas from Carmel in 2. Zach Biddle, Noblesville in 3. Brady Ledine, Carmel Swim Club in 4. Wyatt Jones, Greater Evansville in 5. Shryan Kokarni, Flood Olympia in 6. Wyatt Whetstone, Rochester Royals in 7. And Sam Snyder, Fort Wayne in lane 8. Athletes are coming in seated with their best times. Goal isn't always to win an event. There's only one athlete that wins the event. But dropping time And seeing great improvements at the state championship meets is always something that keeps you coming back. Keep an eye on lanes number 1, 2, and 4. Johnson, Thomas, and Ladine.
And for a lot of, I mean, probably for most of these kids, it's been a fairly normal year for training. So, I mean, since 2 years ago, they may have made huge improvements.
You haven't been able to say that in a while, huh?
I know.
Sometimes it's staying in the water. This year it definitely gave them the opportunity to race more and train more.
Right.
Lane number 4, Brady Ladine from Carmel Swim Club. Comes in at a 2:23.46 is his seed time. At the bottom of the pool, lane number 7 coming on strong is Wyatt Whetstone from Rochester Royals. Starting to make a move here. $35.5 for Ladine. 34.83 for Whetstone. So Wyatt had the fastest split out of all 8 lanes there. And he's coming on strong. Boy, he had it in those legs. He raised himself about 6 inches in the water. They might run out of pool, but he's having a great swim on the back half. Wyatt Whetstone from Rochester Royals. Lane number 2, Alden Thomas from Carmel. Brady hits the wall at a 2:14.25, new time to beat. In second was Whetstone with a 33.12 split. He outsplit the field on both 50s of that 100 freestyle, last 100 free. All right, time to beat 2:14.25. Remember, meet records 2:04.97. Heat 4 of 4. Lane 1, Reginald Burton III from Irish in 1. Hunter Sines, Highland Hurricanes in 2. Max Schroeder, Indiana Swim Club in 3. Tony Macavarani, the 9-year-old from Club Olympia in 4. Kingston Schneider, Boonville in 5. Ian Mendoza, Duneland Swim Club in 6. Lane Canvin, Indiana Stars Swim Club in 7. And Callum McKitty from Duneland in lane 8. Sometimes when you call events throughout a meet, you can kind of see the trends of or philosophies of coaches. You know, you can see more of their teams represented in 200, 500 frees or IMs, and just because of the way they train their young athletes at an early age.
Definitely.
Who's your leader right now? Lane number 5. Kingston Schneider from Boonville Dolphins. So let's see if you know trivia, Gina.
Oh boy.
What Olympia swam at Boonville Dolphins?
Don't know.
It's an Indiana swimmer, University of Indiana swimmer.
Lily King.
Lily King.
Did she really?
Yep.
There's a lot of IU Olympians, actually. So that was a good guess.
Well, Lily swam under her coach, Mike Chapman, and Mike obviously trained her at different clubs, but wow, what a race going here at the 150. Kingston Schneider in 5. Keep an eye on lane number 3 as he hits the wall is Max Schroeder from Indiana Swim Club. Schroeder splits at 34.51. Fastest swimmer in the pool is Max Schroeder. Let's see who's got the legs. Schroeder off the wall with dolphin kicks. Up strong off the breakout. Here's Schneider. Who's going to get it? Kingston Schneider. Boonville Dolphins, 33.71 on that split. Great split by Tony Macavarani as well, 33.0. Fastest time, 2:12.57. Another awards break upcoming.
And I'm able to Stacy. Let's go to the sword line. In place, look where else the fun. Kick along. Seventh place, so this is a strict titles, passing per line. Sixth place, you from Barcelona, Ridley Younger. Fifth place, so this is Citizen Tigers, Barcelona. Fourth place, from Barcelona, Katie Gurman. Third place, from Carnival, Lexi Lord. Placing second in the Carnival Club, Lucy Ina. In 2002, Indian Nation so close to 13-14 girls going around from Carnival. She set a new main record, her time 416.66. Breaking a 2016 record of 418.3. Outstanding performance tonight by Molly Swinging. Speaking of this streaming children game. And an extra one presentation, 13-14 boys, 409. Seventh place, Columbia, and something very Sixth place, Street Normal, 87. Fifth place, Rotation Center, Street Tigers, 18 hours. Fourth place, Street City Quads, Little Man, the Sweet Ski. Third place, Street Purpose Club, Brian Grant. Second place, Street Southeastern Swim Club, Jamil Zell. And in 2002, we looked at the anime spiritual first champion in 13-14 qualifiers. Or I am committing a swim club, didn't come back, so the top of all 3.7. Right, so the presentation, so the gentleman who loves for what is still the first season. So here, talk about baby service, and 10 girls and boys, 200 from the south, over the river station, please. After that, we're going to get into my first class, so we can now count as turning to go with our first sheets. Ready now for the local presentation, 18 to the girls, 2 to the first side. Anybody's what's the plan? Kennedy. Seventh place is considered a city conference. Sixth place is the Global Lands Crime. Fifth place for the city tigers and any. Fourth place for Southeastern Swim Club. Third place for the Swim Club. Medley Lions. Seventh place for the Swim Club. Medley. In 2002, they gave the extension of first champion and 10 in a row, so they're pretty solid. We got off of Singapore reserves and time on 210.40. One more award presentation done. And ready to take the ball, still in the freestyle. And it's not a lot of stuff. Seventh place from Nicholas well. He angry that goes up. Sixth place from Thomas Paul Thomas. Fifth place from Manchester Willows from Wyatt Mixon. Fourth place from Philadelphia, Toby Macavariani. Third place from Hong Brady the Dog. Second place finisher from Indiana Snowflow at Schroeder. In 2002, Indiana experienced for Champagne, taking over the race 200 freestyle. The offense, Vincent Schneider, time of 2:12 and 1 stone.
Always important to celebrate successes. Awards, podiums have been something that have been put on hold for health reasons over the last 2 years. Great to see the athletes getting the medals around their necks and being on the podium. We're back now for the boys 11-12 500 freestyle. 4 heats, a time final heat. In lane 3, Andrew Schreier from Brownsburg Swim Club. In lane 4, Shane Kelly from Brownsburg Swim Club. Gabe Taylor, Fort Wayne Swim Team in 5. And Ty Lorenzen from Terre Haute Torpedoes in 6. Meet record 5:51.40. One of our oldest records on the book, set back in 1993 by Jason Mallory of the Michiana Marlins at the time. Four heats. .500 freestyle, Shane Kelly from Brownsburg, your early leader. Gina, we're talking about the 200-yard freestyle race strategy. What is the race plan for the 500 freestyle?
Oh, man. Kind of the same thing, just double it. So the first 100, nice and smooth. And then that middle part kind of got to build. That last 150, 150, or last 125, got to finish home. You know, a lot of swimmers think the 250 mark, halfway, that's when you got to start picking it up, maybe even split or negative split that race. I always try to jump on that a little bit earlier as long as I can hold it for the full 500. So definitely less of a sprint than the 500, but there's no really 100 or 50 that you can kind of cruise and take back and sit back for this 500.
Shane Kelly, our leader from Brownsburg at the 150. We're coming up on the 200. It's always a familiar split, if you want to put it that way. Athletes can know what their 200 times are, so it's kind of what you would call a setup split. You know, if athletes are looking to where they have something that is a norm comparison on the way out. Shane Kelly at a 2:10.53 on the way out. Well ahead of a split for 5:46, which is his seed time coming in. Remember, these are timed finals. So any athlete from any of the 4 heats can place in the top 8, get a medal, or even win the event. What are the characteristics of the 500 freestylers in practice that you see?
super consistent, whether that's turns and kicks off their wall. They're not changing it every set or every day. That's really consistent. Obviously, it's not too much of an emphasis as the 50 and 100 freestylers that maybe play around with that a little bit more. Starts not as important as a 50 and 100, but again, something you always want to have a good start, no matter the distance. What else? Yeah, the turns are important. You have a lot of them in a 500. I think they're very important just as much as a 50 or sprint event. You want to keep it nice and smooth, nice and long the whole time for that 500. You don't want to shorten up that stroke and take more than what you need. A lot of consistency in practice, a lot of pacing. Trying to hit that goal pace is important.
Your leader now still Shane Kelly from Brownsburg, kind of taking that same strategy you've been talking about in the middle part of that race. He's starting to build that race tempo. Splits a 34-24. That is the fastest split in the pool, so he is the fastest swimmer in the pool. Not always in first place is the fastest swimmer. But it goes back to your point about pacing and consistency. How that helps with breath control and heart rate is just tremendous. There's a lot of strategy, both race plan-wise and execution in the 500 freestyle. There's this split. 33.97, you're starting to see his splits come down.
500 was, I feel like when I was 10 and under, when I was younger, it was more of a distance event, but now it's more mid-distance training along with the 200, 500 kind of similar training. In 500, you still got to have some speed. I know it might be a little long for these younger kids, but having some speed is still important.
Our national team coaches reflect that if we're going to have good 200-meter freestylers, they're going to come out of the 500 free group.
Definitely. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
34-26, Gabe Taylor from Fort Wayne starting to pick it up. A 34 split there in lane number 5. Starting to make a run for that second place spot. Shane Kelly had a seat time of 5:46 coming in. He's going to beat that. Drops quite a bit of time. 5:34.06 is Shane Kelly. He sets the mark to beat. $5:34.96. T2 of 4 for the boys. Eli Francis from Fishers in 1. Austin Pritz, Boilermaker Aquatics in 2. Charlie Christensen, Irish Aquatics in 3. Reese Dombrowski, Fort Wayne in 4. Christopher Dibley, Northridge Area Swimming Association in 5. Carter Zirin, Mount Vernon in 6. Landon Galissi, LaPorte Community in 7. And Isaiah Vose, Noblesville Swim Club in 8. Heat 2. Again, this is one of the longest standing meet records we've had. 1993, but we saw some of the oldest records we've had, particularly on the girls' side, go down this year. So those records are out there to challenge athletes to their maximum, to do their best. They're just a mark out there until somebody sets the new one. Lane number 3 out. Nice and controlled, but strong. Lane number 3, Charlie Christensen from Irish. Zone time, 5:27.89. Punches your ticket to the 13-14 Central Zone Championships this summer. Be in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the first weekend in August. Always a great place for young athletes to get their first taste of national level competition. Swimming for Team Indiana. A lot of fans in the stands. No masks on the deck and no masks in the stands.
You're right. You're right. Wow. Yeah. I am a grad assistant, grad student at Ball State, and we just got the mandate lifted. So it's definitely been nice to not have to wear them in the classroom and on deck. Different, but it's good change.
Did they have mask requirements at MAC championships?
Nope. We went to Bowling Green, Ohio, and Southern Illinois University, and no, they I think they were lifted actually right when we were there for competition. So I think everyone around the same time lifted the mandate.
Charlie Christensen, still your leader. But the fastest swimmer in the pool is down at the bottom of your screen in lane number 8. That's Isaiah Vose from Noblesville. He had the fastest split in the pool, and he sneaks up on the group from an outside lane. No slow lanes here at the IU Natatorium.
No.
They filled the pool with fast water.
For sure.
Charlie Christensen, still your leader, 33.70, the fastest split in the pool. He's still hanging there at 33. He's talking about pacing. Pacing involves turns, as you mentioned.
Definitely.
So at this turn goes to another turn. So how quick those turns are. Let's watch Charlie as he gets down to this far end turn. What I noticed in his earlier turns at the starting end, he really gets his heels through quickly. Lane number 3, your leader. See how quickly he gets
right.
Boy, that's nice. He got his heels straight over the top, equal with his shoulders. It comes off that wall strong. Carter Zirin from Mount Vernon, 33.94 on that split. Carter was the fastest swimmer in the pool on that 50. Lane number 6.
I don't see too many boys circle swimming, which is good. It's a hard habit to break, especially, when you do it in practice every day and you come to a meet, you gotta swim in a straight line. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, a lot of people will say, go out there and just race and have fun. Well, go out there and race and have fun and swim straight then.
Yeah, swim in a straight line.
Pretty unique coaching technique, right?
Right.
All right, coming on strong is Carter Zirin from Mount Vernon. Still the fastest split in the pool goes to Charlie Christensen, though. He gets those turns through so quickly, it's going to be tough to beat him. You got out swim him in between the flags, but he'll beat you on the walls.
It's a really good habit to start when you're young. Quick turns.
Charlie Christensen, the 12-year-old from Irish Aquatics. At the 400, 34.35 on his 36 on his split. He came in with a 5:42.78. These guys are blowing away these times. Saw a meet record on the girls' side in the 400 IM. Saw that on our awards ceremony. Molly Sweeney, congratulations to Molly.
It's awesome. Man, a lot of these coaches are super excited. It's fun to watch. First night, everyone's so excited to start swimming and get going. All these coaches are, I think, maybe more excited than the swimmers. I see them jumping up and down.
You do. We'll see what they look like on Sunday. Wow. Some closing speed here, but not giving up is Carter Zirin from Mount Vernon over there in lane number 6, still hanging tough. Outside smoke in the bottom. That's Isaiah Vose from Noblesville with some great closing speed as well. Charlie's time was a 5:42 coming in. He hits the wall at 5:30.01. Sets the time to beat. Remember that 5:27.89 is the time to punch your ticket to the Central Zone Championships. Heat 3 of 4, time finals. 11-12 boys, 500 freestyle. Connor Blake, Noblesville in 1. Michael Zhao, Avon in 2. Bryce Lowe, Carmel in 3. Jack Street, Carmel in 4. Gareth Thomas, Carmel in 5. Cam Lastly, Capital Aquatics in 6. Hikaru Wheatley, Riverside Aquatics in 7. And Eric Yu, Boilermaker Aquatics in lane 8. Boys are in the water. Now we're starting to see some repeat swimmers out of the 400 IM and the 500. It really gives the a good night swim. Now, if you look at this, most of our final swims that we'll have over the next 2 nights are after 5 o'clock. These young people train most of the time in the evening, so their bodies are ready to swim and more rested. And they hit the wall tonight, and they get 2 final swims, but they're time final swims, but they get 2 swims at night, and that's why we see sometimes some great production of these young athletes on Fridays. Very tight field. Looks like Jack Street. Just out there first at the 100. Tight across the board. If you're watching at home, this is the 2022 Age Group Short Course Championships held at the IU Natatorium here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hope everybody got here before the weather hit. Was it snowing when you came down?
Yeah, a little bit. Roads weren't bad, but I don't know how it is now or what it's going to be like tomorrow. But
I think it's supposed to level off tomorrow and be cold, but
yeah.
Number 7, Takara Wheatley from Riverside. He's out there challenging for the lead. As we saw in the earlier heats, athletes go into the wall together but come out separately due to those turns and the execution of the turns. All right, Jack Street hits the wall with a 33.44, 33.69 for Wheatley, 33.77 for Bryce Lowe, 33.69. They're at the 200 going into the 250 mark. You know, folks, if you think about they come out of tonight, and Gina, you can relate to this, in your college days swimming for the University of Kentucky, when you go into a championship meet and you're swimming 4 events or 5 events, that's hardly the amount of distance you're swimming over a 5-day period, right?
Right.
How much time in the pool do these athletes spend warming up and warming down?
I mean, that could depend on the swimmer. I know when I was in college, I spent very long time warming up. I was kind of a slow warm upper, if that's a word, and warmed out. I mean, that's so important too, especially when these nights are ending, kind of later, and you're going, eating dinner and going right to bed. But you gotta get that warm down in, and with a warm shower maybe. Make sure you're ready to go early the next morning.
Yeah, waking up is kind of a technique that coaches want those athletes to continue waking up at the same time and not, they need to rest during these taper weeks, but also being ready to wake up tomorrow morning. We'll see how they come off this Friday night. Bryce Lowe with a nice split on that last 50, starting to chase down Jack Street. But Jack has a fast split in the pool, 33.25. Could be training partners out there, used to racing up and down the pool with each other. They make each other better. Your competition and your teammates make you better.
Oh, for sure. It's fun. It's fun that way.
Jack Street, 33.52, but Bryce Lowe, 33.40 is the fastest swimmer in the pool. Jack just keeps working those turns. Athletes will race him in between the flags, then he pops these heels through.
Man, they look great. $4.50 right here.
Bell lap. So can you hear your coaches screaming at you? Not just physically, but can you hear them in practice? Finish strong, finish strong, finish strong. And this is where it all pays off.
Oh,
right?
yeah. And if you're lucky enough to be in the in lane, and they'll be telling you right in your face, finish strong.
My swimmers always used to breathe the opposite way. That's a look at me.
I didn't know if you knew the track. I'm sure you do.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. 5:25. 9-0, Jack Street.
Wow.
Bryce Lowe came on strong at the end with a 5:26.17. Twelve 5:29 5:25.90 5:25.90. Both he and Bryce under that AAA zone qualifying time. Top seeds. Fourth heat out of 4. Max Barnes, Irish in 1. Sawyer Wells, Irish in 2. Joshua Pendleton, Club Olympia in 3. Eddie Zoo, Carmel Swim Club in 4. Austin Bruford, Carmel Swim Club in 5. Harry Brunner in 6. Austin Carlisle in 7 from Fisher's area. And Donald Zhao, Carmel Swim Club.
After this meet, will a lot of these swimmers start training long course and getting ready for the summer, or taking a break?
Well, I think many of these athletes, there's some at a very high level that will swim at senior state sectionals.
Okay.
And they will continue to swim into a lot of the clubs at this point in time try to stay in the water through the months of April.
Right.
And no, it's not hard training, just staying in the water, staying connected. But we do have spring break coming up at the end of March and early April. So, yeah, it is break time.
Yeah. I feel like it's always such a quick transition to spring, summer training, and that long course training creeps up on you pretty quick.
Well, we're lucky enough to have 25, 50 indoor meter pools, but they're not in every community. So
yeah,
I think some of our coaches have gotten together and formed some partnerships where they go over and train with each other instead of always trying to develop a race, a closed invite or a meet. They're finding ways to train with each other. They just take a trip over and spend the day, do 2 workouts, play games, have lunch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Keeps the guys getting to know their friends across the communities. Anyway,
I know at Ball State we don't have a long course pool, but we have an outdoor long course pool that we will train at, but that won't open for another few months. So there are some long course pools outside, but might be a little cold right now to get that started up.
I don't think my coach is ever worried about how cold it was.
No.
No, toughen up. Put a hair on your chest. Yeah, well, 2 O's. Eddie Zhao from Carmel Swim Club. Your leader, Josh Pendleton from Club Olympia starting to make a move over here in lane number 5, though. Is Austin Bruford from Carmel. When I watch Eddie come off the turns, he really holds his line for quite a while off this turn. So right now he hits his line and really rides his momentum off every turn. So I think sometimes athletes think the turn ends after their feet leave the wall, and really your turn doesn't end until after your first 3 strokes off your breakout.
Correct, yeah.
Nice body line off the wall for your leader, Eddie Zhao from Carmel Swim Club. Comes in with a 5:06.6 on his seed time. He hits the 300 wall, 3:05.01. Goes to show you how fast that 4:51.40 record was back in
That's crazy.
1993. Again, great body line off the wall by our leader, Eddie Zhao. Coming on strong, lane number 5, Austin Bruford. Top of the screen, Josh Pendleton from Club Olympia. 4th and final heat, time to beat 4:25.90. $31.26 on that split for Eddie. Austin has a split of $31.42, $31.62 for Josh Pendleton. They're all racing right at the same pace. They'll be executing this last 50 upcoming. When I say execute, that means keeping that stroke intact, swimming straight, nailing those turns, and giving yourself momentum off every turn. 31.25, 31.01 for Josh Pendleton, the fastest swimmer in the pool right now. Your leader, Eddie Zhao from Carmel. Looks like he's going to take this event. Wow. 5:09.78 the time. Next event, boys, 13-14, 500 freestyle. Take an awards break after this event, and then on to relays. Heat number 1 of 4, 13-14 boys, 500 freestyle. Kellen Kennedy from Duneland Swim Club in 3. Drew Dubois, Carmel Swim Club in 4. Todd Huntley, Club Olympia. Todd Huntley's from Club Olympia in 5. 3 swimmers in this heat. Meet record 4:30.06. Set back in 2014 along with the Indiana Association record of 4:28.95. Set by Olympian Michael Brenniger, swimming for the Donner Swim Club.
Yeah, there's a lot of these swimmers in this event that are close to that 5-minute mark. I think that's one of the hardest things to do in the 500 is break that 5-minute mark. But once you do, oh, it's the best feeling ever.
Those milestone swims.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
First time you break a minute and the 100 free, then the 100 back, and then the 100 fly.
Yeah, yeah. 100 breasts, maybe?
Yeah, for sure. And then all of a sudden the momentum just continues and time just drops because it's just a mental barrier that you just get off your shoulders.
Yep.
All right, our leader in lane 3. That is Kellen Kennedy from Duneland Swim Club, your leader. Fastest split in the pool, 30.71. Some of these young men came, there's a lot, anybody in this field can go 5 minutes or under 5 minutes in this field.
Yeah, right.
They got kind of quit. I think we sometimes look at it too much like a 300 batting average in baseball. It's always been that way. Why is 300 the magic mark? Why isn't 400 the magic mark, right?
Right.
Until somebody goes out there and does it, like breaking 4 minutes in the mile and track. Looks like we're just going to see a pretty competitive back half of this race. Kellen Kennedy still your leader. Fastest split goes to Drew Dubois from Carmel Swim Club, 31.16. All 3 swimmers hit a 31 on that split. Now, it's kind of fun to you can watch the splits on the scoreboard at home. You can watch the distance off the walls at home. You can watch the racing going on. So much more than watching a time. Drew Dubois takes over the lead with a 30.76 at the 300 mark. See what kind of closing speed these gentlemen have. A lot of fast swimming going on In the South Pool, where the girls are competing, the girls will compete in the South Pool tomorrow morning. Remember, the prelims start at 8:45 tomorrow morning here at the IU Natatorium. 31:07 for Drew, 31:89 for Kellen, and 31:87 for Todd. Todd starting at Huntley from Club Olympia, starting to make a move. You don't necessarily have to drop time by seconds. Sometimes it's tenths of seconds in the 500.
Oh, yeah.
And that gives you tremendous momentum. I am seeing a little bit of circle swimming tonight, though. I think the coaches had the opportunity to address that after their first races, though. You don't see as much of it in the second swims.
These lanes are so big, it's kind of hard not to.
Nice body line off the wall there for Drew from Carmel Swim Club. Bell lap. Getting some good swims right out of the gate. It's going to be low 5 minutes right out of the gate. Great race for second. Kellen Kennedy from Dune and Todd Huntley from Club Olympia battling it out for second in this heat. Remember, the time standards are set in a timed final event. Anybody from Heat 1 can place in the top 8 and get a medal. Nice swim here. Rue Dubois from Carmel, 29:31, 5:04.05. That's the time to beat. Sounds like Christmas down here at the South.
Yes, it does.
Ringing of the bells. Some reason we're getting one bell at the other end and 8 bells at the girls' end.
Right.
All right, heat number 2 of 4. Isaac Heller in 2. Summit City Aquatics. Bo Brunner, Concord Swim Club in 3. Max Height, Center Grove Aquatics in 4. Carter Schultz, Irish Aquatics in 5. Deacon Smith, Northridge Area Swimming Association in 6. Drew Yanni, Avon Community Swim Team in 7. All right, keep your eye out there. Keep your coaching eye out there. We see that first swimmer that looks like they're going to break 5 minutes. You gotta call it. Not necessarily on the first 75.
Right, I know.
Yeah. We know how that goes. Sometimes, at the most elite meets, I watched the 200 freeze at the Olympic trials once, and there were 6 or 7 heats. The gentlemen were all standing behind the blocks watching the first 3 heats go out just crazy fast and dying.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't happen that way on the last 3 heats.
Yeah, normally the first person that hits the wall at the 50 probably won't win the heat. You never know, but it's pretty hard.
They do watch each other. They do learn from each other.
They do.
They're pretty observant out there. It's always fun to watch somebody in the second to last heat break a record and see how the fastest seed reacts to it, right?
That's the fun part. That's so fun.
Some nice turns there out of Bo Brunner and Max Height. Solid walls. Both under 20, both under 30 right now at 150. Let's see if they can hold that low 30-second pace and break 5 minutes. Stroke for stroke out there, just mirroring each other. Lanes 3 and 4. That's Bo Brunner and Max Height. Over here in lane number 7 down at the bottom of your screen, Drew Yanni from Avon with a nice split, 30.14. Which really makes him the fastest swimmer in the pool right now. Mm-hmm. Keep your eyes open, gentlemen. Drew's on the outside. Now, if coaches were able to talk to swimmers during their races, I don't know if that would be helpful or distracting.
Oh, man.
Max Height, 225.10, holding at 30.28. So is Drew Yanni down at the bottom of your screen, 30.1. They're on pace at the halfway point to go under 5 minutes. Let's see if they can hold that 30-second low splits.
Good first half.
A lot of good swims across the board here. Seed times right around that 5:06, 5:07 for the entire field. Remember, they are seeded off their best times. Max height, 31:03. Look at Drew Yanni down there at the bottom, 30.10. Talk about pacing and consistency.
30.10.
Oh, at the 300, he's 350 or 256. Coming off the wall strong, though, was lane number 4. That's Max Height. Looked like he kicked it back in.
Going to be big time drops for these three.
Boy, they hit the wall together, almost all of them. 30.4 for Drew, 31.15 for Max Height. Still on pace. There's 3 of them on pace. They have to
Break that barrier.
dig down deep and find that closing speed, right?
Oh, you see those coaches and teammates on the side. Try to cheer them on. Come on.
Sometimes you got to push through the pain.
I know.
Sometimes or most of the time.
Left.
Oh, 30.49. Drew Yanni's on it. 31.09. Max Height from Center Grove. Concord's Bro Brunner right at 4 minutes. Now sometimes it's a blessing to have a race at the end when your legs are heavy, right?
Right. Doesn't look like Drew is fading. Maybe he'll break 5. Last 50.
He's on it. So is Max Height.
Oh, yeah.
Max has got to get home, though.
Uh-huh.
Got to pop that last 50. I'll say this is our first sub 5 right here. Lap counters doing their job, shaking those lap counters up and down.
Letting them know.
All right, the time to beat's going to be under 5 minutes.
Awesome.
4:57.82.
There you go. 4:59.5. You got 2 under 5
Under
minutes.
5 minutes. Great job by Max Height. A lot of time drops there. Bro Brunner, 4-second drop from his seed time. Good swims there, gentlemen. 4:57.82 is now the time to beat. That's 72, or excuse me, 4:57.62. Or is that 82? 62.
62.
Heat 3 coming up for the guys.
Got 2 more heats.
And they're in the water. Heat 4, Heat 3, Riley Sweeney, Carmel Swim Club. In 1, Hamilton Gates in 2 from Summit City. Corey Hahn, Carmel Swim Club in 3. Luke Pugh from Carmel Swim Club in 4. Lane Monger, Noblesville in 5. Will DeLilio from Concord in 6. George Callis, Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in 7. And Ethan Johnson, Carmel Swim Club in 8. This is heat number 3. Time to beat 4:57.62. Drew Yanni from Avon Community Swim Team. Set the mark.
10-second drop for Drew in the previous heat.
Yeah, remember those days when you could drop 10 seconds per
I
inch?
was just about to say that. Yeah, and swim 7 events a day and drop every time.
That's because of all those cool snacks mom and dad's giving you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hydrate them, get them the dinner on the way home in the car, you name it. Mom and dads are a big part of this stuff.
For sure. Dropping down snacks to their kids and just fueling them. It's super important in their swims.
Oh, come on. You know you got those good luck cards and notes in the
That too.
next to
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love it when mom and dads do that stuff. It's
Oh,
just like
yeah.
so cool. All right, our leader right now is Lane Monger from Noblesville. All 14, well, no, we have 2 13-year-olds. Gates and Hahn are 13-year-olds in this field. Look at the distance per stroke out there by our leader, Lane Monger. Hits the wall at a 152.81. Wow, that's a nice 200 split going out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great distance per stroke. Wow, who busted out that last 50? Lane number 3, Corey Hahn. It's like all of a sudden he got shot out of a cannon.
I know.
Said, all right, here on this 50, I want you to go. And he took it seriously from his coach.
All 30 points. Close heat.
Lane Monger in 5 just looks so controlled right now. Both Luke Pugh and Lane Monger came in with 4:59s, and this field is kind of shrugging that off, and they're going to go for some big times here, the way it looks. They have a lot of swimmers under 5 minutes in this heat. 30.34 for Monger, 30.39 for Will DeLillo from Concord. Some great swimming. Got an awards break coming up next, and then on to relays. The 13-14 boys and girls relays. 30.51 for Luke Monger. A lot of guys under 5 minute mark pace right now. Let's see who's got the closing speed. Coming on strong is lane number 6. Will DeLillo from Concord. Wow, did he sneak up out there?
A lot can happen in a 500. It's long enough where you can make some gains, and short enough where you can't take a 50 off. So
16 strokes, 16 and a half, 17 strokes per length for our leaders. Oh, they were eyeballing each other.
They sure are.
Oh, look at the race going on for third and fourth, though, right now. That's Luke Pugh and Corey Hahn battling it out. Bell lap here. 500 is going by pretty quickly. They're going to set a new mark. You're going to have to break 30 coming home if you're going to win this heat. Oh, the turn goes to Luke Monger in 5. He found himself. Reignited that energy and closing speed on the back half, and he's bringing it home. Hits the wall with a 4:54.14, 28:39 on that last 50. 4:54.14. One more heat for the boys. Heat 4:04. That's the time to beat. 4:54. How many swimmers we get under 5 minutes? 5 swimmers under 5 minutes in that heat.
Wow.
They're bringing it tonight. Heat 4:04. Zach Welch, Carmel Swim Club in 1. William Lathrop, 14-year-old from Carmel Swim Club in 2. AJ Adams, Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in 3. Lewis Zhang, Carmel Swim Club in 4. George Patterson, Valpo in 5. Misha Macarini, Club Olympia in 6. Matthew Weeks, Irish in 7. Charlie Reaney, unattached, in lane number 8. I think we're going to see somebody pop one here. We've already got a 4:38.8 coming in on a seed time. That's a Lewis Zhang. We've called his races for quite a while. Got the top seed, but look at the heat.
Wow.
Oh, Zhang with just a
Starting
tremendous
out
wall.
really fast, right?
There's a difference between going out too fast and going out too hard, right?
Oh, yeah. And going out too slow.
Yep. You mentioned it earlier. You can't lose touch with your field. You know, if you want a good time and you know that guy's going to go out there and break a record, then get on his feet.
That's true.
Somebody's going to beat you and make a break a record.
Lewis Zhang, I don't know how tall he is, but he swims like he's 6'5".
He might be that close. But
Really?
no, I don't know. You're right. He does look that way. He splits a 27-67, a 55s 100 split there.
Yeah, I always tell my swimmers, swim like you're 6 inches taller than what you actually are. Don't swim small, swim big.
You know, and in the pool, efficiency to your point, makes you look taller. After that start, there is no more height advantage.
Right.
And boy, those young swimmers who got great underwater works, there is no advantage off the start either.
Mm-hmm.
28.21 for Louis Zhang at a 147.85 on the way out.
Wow.
Patterson's out there under 150 as well. They set up a good swim here. Question is, are you swimming on emotion or swimming your race plan? Some coaches, athletes that get out of here, I'm at state meet. I need to go for it. Go for it smart. 28.48 for Louis Zhang. 216 at the 250. You got to have people you trust counting for you, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. I think I've had my coach count for me a few times when I was this young.
Probably wore some wet tennis shoes home.
Yeah.
28.48. Louis Zhang just nailing it. 28.48, 28.48 back to back.
Wow.
George Patterson 29.49. He's nailing back to back splits. 29.00 for AJ Adams starting to pick it up.
Yeah, a lot of splits under 30.
So it's a pretty stout field here if they're holding under 30s. Here we go. Zhang hits the wall, 28.74. How difficult it is to swing out there by yourself.
Yeah, that's when you got to go by feel and that counter.
Counter can talk for the coach.
True.
Coach will create signals.
Yeah, I mean, we do that now even in college. It's some counters will look over at the coaches. Is she on pace? Yeah. Or is he on pace? Yeah, no. And got to tell him to go faster.
Zhang pops up to a 29.01 here. To your point, when you go by feel, sometimes you're overthinking it.
Yeah.
Nobody's out there. Somebody could be a distraction for you. So my coach told me to hit me over the head with the counter so I will quit thinking. Just go for it.
Right.
Just swim, just race. Here we go. Bell lap.
He's going to break his seed time, 4:38.
He's going to have to get it home. But he's going to have a time to win the event. Having a great swim, George Patterson. From Valpo, but coming on like a freight train over there in lanes 2 and 3. Lathrop and Adams. Louis Zhang, 4:39.11. $27.54 for Lewis on that last 50. George Patterson, 29.20 in second, 4:46.99. Great swims here. Everyone under 5 minutes in that last heat. Time drops across the board. Great swims, gentlemen. We're going on to an awards break right now. And then we will have the 13-14 400 medley relays.
And station now. They are those who are also the Christian. And place, what's the sofa? I'm going to get a sofa. So, I should not survive on us. So, this, I should go on as a promise. So, okay. It was a promise for happy hours. Or place, so Mr. Senator Sanders, and you're out. The place, you can just pay by God. The place, you can look at not a careers. And I can also point you to the support something, when we talk about I'm going to go to Super, Super, I have a sales. But we're reservation, it's all the song. Ready? And it goes to us, Christ, some place, should I street? Some place, one should want to somewhere. The place in Christian University, also come by. What place in one person of every the place in the so also river. And I can get it again, just so that I think I said, 22 to get me to the sort of champion, only 12 hours later, I said, and you should. So the review some love on remain. Six less of love, Lucy in the place, necessary certificates, mission offer. One place, one person from A.D. Parnell. Third place, necessary certificates, very low. Second place, the one place, the word, I'm not going to read it. I'm not sure yet. Charles Conrad, she had one, right in her own main record. Don't you know? I said the word mercy. See that? When you want mercy, everyone. Hey, my services, see how my member. See the place rings of the speaking mix. Some little silver outside place. The boys are pumping there. I see how they're around here. Or boys will not be sold up when you're playing good. Good boys will look to the respect my nerves. AJ House. Some boys look like boys so they will call here and I'm so I keep feeling the radio against the other something. They're taking us to the list of their creamy ball. They say, I will fall away from your name. On the that's good stuff. Well, 2 more days. You're going to be doing here's how here's from now. This is going on service down on the period. We're having a quarterlies each. Girls of 13, girls of boys, and when I feel sad.
13-14 boys, 400 medley relay, time final. Heat 1 of 4, Avon Community in 2, Drew Yanni on backstroke. Summit City, Dylan Wong in 3, Zionsville in 4, Ike Berry, Brownsburg Swim Club in 5, Ethan Presses. And in 6, Greater Evansville Aquatic, Lance Smith leading off. Backstrokers in the water for the boys, 13-14, 400 medley relay, Heat 1. Some of these athletes getting out of this may be the third swim for many of these young men so far tonight. Lane number 5 is Brownsburg. That's Ethan Presses on the backstroke leg. Breaststrokers for Avon. In 2, Matthew Summerlot. Summit City in 3, Charlie Lang. Zionsville, Clay Zittle. In 4, Brownsburg Swim Club, Owen Brown. In 5, Greater Evansville, Jackson Cook, the breaststroker. Breaststrokers in the water right now, lane number 5, that's Brownsburg Swim Club. That young man had a great high school meet. Looks like they've got some great young swimmers coming up as well. They're in lane number 2, Summit City Aquatics. Charlie Lang having a good split. Bottom of your screen in lane number 6, that's Greater Evansville's Jackson Cook making a move, tightening up the lead. Brownsburg and Greater Evansville at the turn. Coming on strong in the middle of the pool is Zionsville. Butterflies for Avon, Alejandro Stoner in 2. Summit City's flyer, Daniel Jones in 3. Zionsville, Brady Wright in 4. Brownsburg, Carter Barzik in 5. Evansville, Greater Evansville in 6. Owen Mercer, the flyer. Some great relay exchange coming off the breaststroke leg to butterfly. Brownsburg and Greater Evansville going head-to-head into the fly turn. 27-53 for Greater Evansville. That's Owen Mercer. Was popping out a great split there, taking over the lead in heat number 1. Mercer had some great turns as well. Really got his hip turned, got his hands off the wall. Those dolphin kicks. Great swim by Zionsville's Brady Wright, starting to move up. Anchor legs getting ready to hit the water. Relay exchanges. For Avon, Edgar Flores Hernandez. For Summit City, Isaac Heller. For Zionsville, Eli Dollins. For Brownsburg, Isaac Johnson. Greater Evansville's Jack Jones anchors the relay. And it looks like it's tightening up. Brownsburg's making a move here on the first 50. Brownsburg's Isaac Johnson pops off a 24.55 on that split. How do you be a good anchor leg, Gina, on a relay? What's it take?
Oh, man, that means you got to race. That's all about racing. I mean, obviously you have to have a good exchange, good relay takeoff, but you got to race that person next to you for sure.
Brownsburg brings it home with a very strong anchor leg. 4:04.36 for Brownsburg to take heat 1. In second was Greater Evansville. And in third, Zionsville. Heat 2 of 4. Backstrokers getting ready to get in the water. We are using backstroke wedges here this evening for the 11-12s and for the 13-14s. Carmel Swim Club E in 1. Aiden Gent, Fishers Area Swimming Tigers B in 2. James Grupp on backstroke. Noblesville A. Mark Oliver on backstroke. Duneland Swim Club A in 4. Callan Barrier. In 5, Hoosier Hills Otters. Graham Klein backstroke leg. Southeastern Swim Club B. Cruz Lumen leading off. Fort Wayne Swim Team B. Trevor Trent on backstroke, and Franklin Regional Swim Team, Alex Madera leading off. Out of the gate quickly, lane number 4. That is Callan Barrier from Duneland with the early lead. There are 4 heats for the boys 13-14 medley relay, but any relay can score top 8, top 16 in any of the time final heats, even win the event. Some relays that I know, they used to go to nationals and swim in relays in prelims, and they'd win the event out of prelims. Even though the fastest seeds were at night, they would win it in the afternoon consistently. Yeah, backstroke leadoff goes to Duneland. Go ahead.
Say relays take 4 people. It's fun to end a meet, I think, with relays because it takes every single person to do their job. The best feeling in the world, winning that event from prelims, that's pretty impressive.
Carmel Swim Club E, Connor Fletchall. Fishers B, Kanta Kotaka. Noblesville A, Lane Monger. Duneland A, Evan Moody. Hoosier Hills Otters, Camden Seaver. Southeastern B, Tristan Stivers. Fort Wayne Swim Team B, Hayden Fritz. And Alexander Rise for Franklin Regional Swim Team A, now in the water swimming breaststroke. Nobody sees him, but at the bottom of our screen, Franklin Area Swim Team.
Outside smoke.
You bet. It's Alexander Rise in the water. Flyers getting ready to go. Aiden Clark for Carmel E, Brody Chop for Fishers B, Liam Hayward for Noblesville A, Alexander Smith for Duneland A, Max Thompson for Hoosier Hills Otters, Xander Goss for Southeastern Swim Club, Jonah Baranda, Fort Wayne Swim Team, and Ty Madera for Franklin Regional Swim Team. These are your flyers in the water right now. Still some outside smoke over here by Franklin A. Duneland really threw down a split of 26.56, though. Look at that fly. Duneland's flyers just got the technique and the strong legs, taking the least amount of strokes in the pool and going that much faster. Duneland takes the lead back, but for Franklin Regional, Ty Madera having a great swim on the outside. Anchor legs coming up. Jank Lefevre for Carmel E. Hagan Lee for Fishers B. Connor Pearson for Noblesville A. Lucas Royster for Duneland A. Santiago Schutte for Hoosier Hills Otters. Alden Seals for Southeastern B. Will Greenlee for Fort Wayne B. And David Barrett, Franklin Regional Swim Team A, is the anchor legs. Duneland looks like they have a great back half here, huh?
Wow.
They may put down a time that's going to be tough to challenge. Brandon Holmstrom meet record 336.98. Duneland throws down a 352.66. That's the time to beat. About that relay down at the bottom of our screen, Franklin Regional Swim Team A, 4:00:57, and second in that heat. Third was Southeastern B. Heat 3 coming up with the boys, 13-14 medley relay, lane 1, South Lake Central A. Hayden Weber on backstroke, Concord Swim Club A. Bo Brunner on backstroke, Carmel Swim Club D. Carter Hadley on backstroke, Carmel Swim Club C. Drew Dubois on backstroke, Valpo Swim Club, Court Wallace on backstroke, that's an A relay, Fort Wayne Swim Team A. Carson Collier on backstroke, Boilermaker Aquatics A. Anthony Korchak, the backstroker, and Riviera Swim Team A. Noah Geppert, the backstroke leg. Indiana Association record 4:24. Sectional cut 4:42.99, and some of these young men will go to the Speedo sectional meet, maybe even swim on a relay there, getting their first experience against top-ranked national competition. Boy, that outside lane down at the bottom, that's lane number 8, may have a current. It's the fastest lane in the last 2 heats. I don't think there's a breeze in here. I don't see the backstroke flags waving.
I don't think so.
Nice turning underwater racing by lane number 3. That's Carmel Swim Club D. Our leader after the backstroke, Riviera A. Breaststrokers, Connor Fletall Colin Gallagher for Lake Central. Ivan Blystev for Concord. Luke Feller, Carmel Swim Club D. Kotaro Nagai, Carmel Swim Club C. Valpo Swim Club, George Patterson, the breaststroker, Fort Wayne Swim Team A. Will Snyder, Boilermaker Aquatics, Rakotage, and Riviera Swim Team, Eb Warren, the breaststroker. This is heat number 3 of 4-time final. Fastest time swum so far, 3:52.66. Riviera still with the lead, being challenged by Carmel Swim Club D over there in 3. Nice pull out there for Carmel Swim Club D. Butterflies up. Let's watch the exchanges. What makes a good exchange, Gina?
Confidence, for sure. You can't be hesitant up on that block. I see some people maybe using that fin. I think swimmers are getting more comfortable maybe with the step over starts. I'm not sure if we're having any doing step overs, but using that fin can be super helpful with that momentum going into the water, but that confidence with the timing, that takes a lot of practice. But once you get it down, it's pretty fast.
Lake Central's flyer, Tim Hampton. Concord's flyer, Camden Stutzman. Zach Welch for Carmel D. Ethan Johnson for Carmel C. Landon Schimmel for Valpo. Jackson Morris for Fort Wayne A. Myron Miller for Boilermaker A. And Alan Trent for Rivy. It's like Rivy gave up the lead just on that last 50, and now they came back and took it again. Rivy in the lead with the anchor freestyle legs in the water.
Man.
Jack Butler for Lake Central's Buffer is anchoring for Lake Central. Will Dolio, Concord's anchor. Riley Sweeney, Carmel D. Will Ladine, Carmel C. Hessian, Kalantara, Valpo, Hayden Hoover, Fort Wayne, Ethan Zhang, Boilermaker Aquatics, and Riviera's anchor, Eddie Willis. Freeway race. And Ribby win it from the outside. They do 350.74. That's the time to beat. Some good relays in that heat. One more heat to go. After this heat, we will end up tonight's broadcast with the relays. Or are they going to do the relays tomorrow? I think they might do the relays tomorrow, but I'm not sure. We'll figure this out. Top seeded heat in the water. Lane 1, Irish Aquatics. Matthew Weeks leading off. Southeastern Swim Club A, Nolan Pugh. Carmel Swim Club B, Corey Hahn. Carmel Swim Club A, William Lathrop. Summit City A, Colin Walrond. Fishers Tigers A, Lee Balcomp. Gunner Groves, Max Height leading off, and Summit City's Benjamin Lopez. This is the fourth and final heat of the boys, 13-14. Medley relay, time to beat from the last heat. Riviera Swim Team, 350.74. It's like lane number 5. That is Summit City's Colin Walrond, your leader. Beautiful wall. 4 or 5 dolphin kicks really hit the breakout. Looks like we're picking up the pace. That's a 54.60 lead off for Summit City. Breaststrokers in the water. Josh Brown for Irish. Jahoon Jung from Southeastern. Jack Kaiser from Carmel B. Shannon Wright II, Carmel A. Grant Hibisky from Summit City. Fishers Tigers. Victor Herbert. Center Groves. Isaac Lewis and Summit City B. Logan Poswinski. Still hanging tough out there is Summit City. Grant Hibisky, the breaststroker. So you're talking about the fin on the block for the people back home that don't really know what that is. Tell them what that is.
It's that, well, you can see the relay swimmers that are putting their foot, maybe using it as a little bit of leverage on the block. Some of them are doing that new-ish step over start. You see they stagger their feet as they go in instead of both feet at the front of the block. Maybe one foot's back, one foot is at the front of the block, and that gives them, more momentum, more power going into that water. But that ledge or fin on the back can help them propel forward a lot faster.
Flyers in the water. Leo Nye for Irish. Derek Robinson for Southeastern. Luke Pugh for Carmel B. Brian Kwan for Carmel A. Everett Loney, Summit City. George Callis, Fishers Area, Henry Linus, Center Grove, and Jackson Pyle for Summit City B. Anchor legs getting ready to hit the water. Summit City A still hanging tough. Carter Schultz for Irish is the anchor leg. Dean Papaconis for Southeastern A. Ethan Zhang for Carmel B. Lewis Zhang for Carmel A. Summit City's anchor leg, Hamilton Gates, A.J. Adams anchoring for Fishers. And Anthony Quadros from Center Grove and Jake Zishka for Summit City. And boy, do they hit the wall simultaneously.
It's going to be a close heat.
Looks like coming on strong is Carmel A. That's Lewis Zhang anchoring. Not a bad anchor to have. You ready?
Pulling ahead.
Meet record 336.98. Are they going to get it? Oh, just missed.
Very fast.
And that's another conversation. We don't know the situation. And one of the stations said, no, let me say this. Source of I don't know if you know, it was needed to do it, there's a thing she did. Starting to shut down. Cameras will come down. Computers are going to go. Leave everything else. Cameras, so you unplug everything and blend them. Or you take the camera off the tripods. Yeah, unplug it and leave all that stuff. Better take the power source with us. Take the power attachment and the camera. And so, if you want to, we'll get the parts. And there's the long bucket on it. Like you can stick things in the bucket, just pull that. Just pull it out over here. Put it up against the wall. And then don't wrap up that thing together.
a really big, long one, right? And you have a second one.
Close, right? Went down here. This guy. We're just going to take off the camera. Oh, yeah, totally. That would be up there. Living here, so.
Are they doing awards or not?
You got any results down there? They passed you any results?
No. Yeah, what do you want to keep for Pete C?
Give me the team letter and the session report. I've got the hard copy and then I've got meatball books too. You can throw away everything else. Might as well do that now. Let's just throw away everything else we don't need it later.
Yeah, you want that?
Yeah.
And then Pete C. Don't need. No, throw them away. Okay.
Woman Susan Fair. And then last thing. Equal place of Ford Lane, Salsa, further, and Medley. Third place, the Christopher 6 layers of every line. And Wolves, Carlisle, and Schwarzenegger. Second place, Carmeline, Norm, the Syrian Glory. And he loves to play to it, managers of our champions, searching for us from the United. Purple circle, hey. And then we break the time, 347 points in expect. Look really go right now. If he does go to the so 30, so beautiful flag. Here Thomas, Lucy here. See, Lindsay Bowler. Nice job, like this. Right, straight. 14 boys, I have been realized. Getting nice. Same. Boys are here, bad. First voice, the single love of the land. Look at straight, and that's then progress. Good place, it's the players today, and less and one place, it's a single land. Here, it's not rocks and place. Good place, not a single big. But they say, you say, it's your license. Saying, well, this is money and it's yeah, and anything towards it's the very towards and everything. Super A, later private, piano, and sang and found the river of the sun movement by.
We'll wrap up our Friday evening of the 2022 Indiana Eighth Quiz Service Living. Morning at 8:45, we'll be able to air at 8:30 again, bringing new excitement. Team records fell on the girls' side to be rushing back to sets down the team competition. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Premen's both pools will be running again simultaneously. The girls will go to the North Pool scoreboard and boys will go
to the south of the village as the dining hall. Separate broadcasts can be found on the Indiana Swimming channel. Thanks for listening tonight on behalf of my broadcast partner, Gina Barracks. This is Tony Young. See you later.